What's going on? This is Ryan with Automatic Comics, and up next I have got the second half of this big CGC unboxing. Sent in 24 books, and I have not checked the grades yet. I've got my sheet here with all my grade estimates, and if you didn't watch the first half, you don't have to watch that one before you watch this, but there's some awesome books in there, some really incredible grades. Really happy about that one, so make sure you go check out that video too. But let's get into these books. Alright, so before we get started, please remember to hit that like button and hit the subscribe button if you'd like to see more content like this. So, this is the second half of this big CGC unboxing that I'm doing. I sent in 24 books in a fast track economy submission. All of these books were pressed and cleaned first by the comic book presser. And first half of the video went real well. So I'm hoping that that trend continues in this. I almost didn't want to stop filming that one. I feel like maybe I wreck my trends or something like that. But all right, I've got my old phone here too as well, so I can scan things and get graders notes if we want, if there's anything I want to talk about specifically. But because there were some fun surprises in that last video. So let's check out the rest of these books. Let's just dig into them. First one here. All right, and so if you're not familiar with this, I don't check the grades first. I have my estimates that I talked about in the original submission video that I did, and then what I'll do is I'll bring the book down. Oh, I'm excited about this one. I'll bring the book down, and I won't show the top because that's where the grade is. I'll talk about the book a little bit, and then I'll reveal the grade, and then we'll see it together, see how I did. So this, I talked about in the last video, this was part of a collection that I bought, and there were a bunch of these Star Trek Gold Key issues in it, and a lot of them were really, really nice. Like the average grade was like an 8.5, but I picked out the ones that were 9.0 plus mostly and sent those in to get graded. Now this was actually the nicest book out of all of them. This is Star Trek number 13. I had this one at a 9.4 to a 9.6. The thing that made me nervous about this, I talked about this in the last video, was that the original owner, because Gold Key doesn't write the issue numbers on the cover, he wrote the issue number on like every cover. Let's see, where is it? Yeah, so you see 13 right here. It's him. That's what he did. He wrote the issue number on like every cover. And this book is actually quite valuable in high grade, this specific one. A 9.6 is like a $1,200 book. And like I said, I had this at a 9.4 to a 9.6. Even a 9.4 is still gonna be pretty expensive. So I was really interested to see how these did. And let's see. All right, got the 9.4. We didn't get the 9.6. Got white pages, which is cool. But definitely still happy with the 9.4 because, like I said, I wasn't sure originally how it would get hit for these numbers. But I've opened enough of these now that I've seen that it doesn't seem like that number is really impacting the grade. This was a very, very nice copy. It had like just a couple spine ticks and then a little roughness down in the bottom here. So you can just see how clean this book is. Just an incredible copy of this book. So 9.4, and I had looked the census up on this one because I was interested in that. There's 196, 198, and it's like 5 9.4s. And so this is a book that now only has, there's only 2 graded higher than this one on the census, and this is a white pages copy, which is cool. So Star Trek number 13. That's a nice start. I mean, didn't get my 9.6. The 9.6 would have been awesome, but I will definitely take a 9.4. All right, especially since I talked about that. Those were basically throw-in books for that collection, so real nice to get those types of grades. All right, we got another Star Trek. I don't know which one this is. I think this might be like 23. I think this was like the one issue he didn't write the number on. Yeah, he didn't. There was like 1 or 2 issues out of all. This collection had issues 2 through about 40. And there were like 2 issues he didn't write the number on. So I think this might be 23. If it's 23, I had it as a 9 to a 9.2. We'll see how we did. Okay, we got the 9.2, and it's issue 23. All right, so 9.2, white pages, so I got the upper end of it. And you can see this one actually does not have the issue number on it. I think every other one pretty much has the issue except for this, and there was one that was like issue 41 or something like that that didn't have the issue written on it. But again, a very, very nice copy. Just a few little spine ticks. They won't really show up on camera unless maybe I can get them like, a reflection or something like that. But they're very, very light, but they're definitely there. You can see them when you look at it like this. But yeah, 9.2, real happy with that. All right, let's see. And I just wanted to check all these to make sure there were no cracks or anything, because FedEx felt like they were a little heavy-handed with this box. So, all right, let's see what's coming up next. All right, the next one. All right, so we got another Star Trek. There were a bunch of, I worked through a lot of the Star Trek in the first video, but there are still a few left. Again, I don't know what issue this is. Let's see if he wrote it on the cover here. This might be the other one he didn't write on the cover, because I don't see it. So I don't know which number this would be. Maybe 27? If it's 27, I had it as a 9.2 to a 9.4. Let's see. It's 27. All right, so I got the 9.2 and white pages again. So again, a really, really nice copy of this one. And just, yeah, it's tough to see with the white, but there are just a few little spine ticks on this cover. And just incredible copies of this. And I talked about this in the last video. It's crazy. All of these books were not boarded. They were just in these really old oily bags. The bags were all yellowed. You couldn't tell how nice these books were until you actually took them out. And you had just a bunch of them that were really high grade, like this, 9.2s, 9.4s, that kind of thing. All right, so I'll try to pull from a different spot in this box, see if I get something other than Star Trek Gold Key books. All right, so what do we got here? All right, I'm gonna put this one back. That's another Star Trek. I'm just gonna try to get something that's not, we'll try to split these up a little bit. See if I get another Star Trek book in here. All right, this one's different. So this is Sports Thrills number 11. I believe it's actually issue 1. It's one of the weird things with the Golden Age where they will continue numbering from previous series and that kind of thing. But this is Sports Thrills number 11, actually issue 1. And I picked this one up actually at that local comic convention that I go to. It's from one of the vendors that I really like. I always like going to check out the boxes that he has and the books that he has. And this is an L.B. Cole, 50s sports cover. And I had this one at a 4.5 to a 5. Got a 5.5. Off-white to white pages. Really nice. So yeah, awesome. Great colors and presenting copy on this. I mean, it's got these bright colors that feel like L.B. Cole, looks like an L.B. Cole book. And it's just got that general wear. It's got, some spine wear, just maybe a little splitting at the bottom. Just enough to get it down into that type of grade. I mean, it's got this this crease up here in the corner. But overall, real nice presenting copy of this. 5.5. I mean, couldn't be happier with that. I mean, I was expecting a 4.5 to a 5 and getting a 5.5, so that's awesome. All right, I'm gonna try to pick something else. I'm gonna wait on that other Star Trek that I pulled. What's this one? Oh, okay. This is America's Best Comics number 14. And so this is just, you've got all these characters that just really aren't around anymore. You've got, who is it? It's Fighting Yank, and I think it's like Doc Samson and the Black Terror, and I don't remember this guy's name. It's probably on the cover, and I saw, but yeah, just these older characters that aren't really around and in use anymore, but still you get some cool covers. This one I picked up from Alex the Comic Hoarder. I bought a bunch of books from him a while ago, and there were a number that I decided to send in. I had this one at a 6 to a 6.5. 7. Oh, nice. Oh, American Eagle. That's the other. Oh, and I always say Doc Samson. It's Doc Strange. I don't know why I always say Doc Samson. That's the Hulk character. But yeah, America's Best Comics number 14 and the 7.0. And again, this isn't a book. I had a Black Terror 27 in the other unboxing, and these books, they aren't high dollar books or anything, but it's still cool to get these books from the 40s. I mean, this is 1945. This is a World War II cover, since it's got the, not like World War II content, but it has the buy war bonds and stamps, stuff. I mean, this is from June of 1945, so still in World War II. And so, yeah, it's cool to get that 7.0 cleaned up really, really nice. And yeah, it has like a little fold, kind of like chip on the top. But otherwise, just incredible looking book. Very, very happy with that. I could not be happier with that. 7.0, awesome. So, all right, so far so good in this this unboxing. All right, maybe we'll go back to that Star Trek book now. I don't remember which issue this one is. I think it's like issue, maybe this is issue 6. Let's see. I think he wrote oh, this is issue 8. All right, because he, like I said, Gold Key doesn't have the issue numbers on the cover. It's just really obnoxious, and so that's why this original owner, he wrote the issue number on every cover. So I had this one as an 8.5 to a 9. Got the 9.0 and white pages. So yeah, I mean, again, just like all the others, I mean, really what it came down to, for the most part, was spine wear. There were a few that had like some creases in the back, and those were ones I definitely didn't send in. But for these books that I sent in, I mean, it was almost all of them. It was just, you know, the number of spine ticks that I was counting up basically to get the grade. And it makes the grading a lot easier because, you know, if it's like 10 spine ticks, it's a 9.0. If it's 6 spine ticks, it's a 9.4. That kind of thing. Like that's kind of how you can do it, the rough way that you can do it pretty easily. And so usually these higher grade books like this can be relatively straightforward to grade when it's just spine wear. So yeah, 9.0, awesome. All right, let's see what's next. All right, what's this one? Oh, okay, so this is another L.B. Cole cover. This is True to Life Romances number 11. And part of the reason I wanted to send this one in is I think this is a great L.B. Cole cover. I think it shows his range a little better than a lot of his other stuff, because a lot of times I feel like his bright colors and everything overwhelm his talent as an artist, like some of the detail that he can do. And this one feels a lot more like a Matt Baker type cover. Like the way that the woman is drawn, her hair and everything, it has that character has a much more like Matt Baker feel to it. I've seen quite a few different L.B. Cole romance covers, and this one is the one that really jumps out a lot more. It's not overpowering with the colors on the characters. A lot of times that just, to me, it's too much for the romance books. But I had this one at a 2.5. Got a 3.0. Nice. Yeah, I mean, the main things with this one were these chips. There's this chip out of the bottom here, chip out of the top here, and a little chip down here, and you know, the chip on the back that carries over. But yeah, man, 3.0, nice. Yeah, really happy with that. I hit a little harder, I guess, for the chips than they did, but yep, not going to complain about a 3.0 in this book. True to Life Romances number 11, L.B. Cole romance cover. All right. I saw the front, I didn't see the grade. This is another Star Trek. So I don't remember which one this is. This is probably issue number 6. Let's see, you write it on the cover. Yep, this is issue number 6. I had this one as a 8 to an 8.5. Got a 9.0 and white pages again. Almost all of these are white pages. That is awesome. So very, very happy again with these, because like I said, a lot of these Star Trek books, really for that collection, I wasn't counting for too much on them. I mean, I included them in how I valued the collection a little bit when I was buying it, but because it was a total unknown, since I bought these on Instagram, I couldn't actually see them, and they were just in those old yellow oily bags, and I was just basically, I was told when I bought them, it's like, they're nice, you know, but you don't really know what that means. And with Gold Key, with these Star Trek books, unless they're really high grade, they're not worth grading. And it just turned out that these were really high grade. And you can see the spine ticks, they show up on this one a little more because it's a darker cover. You don't have, a lot of those other covers had the white kind of overlapping on the front, so it hides the spine ticks. There's a little more clear here, but yep, 9.0, awesome. All right, I don't know if there's any Star Treks left. I don't know if that's the last one. Might be the last one. There might be one more in here, but I feel like I've opened a lot of them so far. All right, what's up next? What is this? Oh, okay. This is Werewolf by Night number 11. I bought this one on an Instagram claim sale. It was like $35, so it felt like it was a pretty good deal because they said it was a high grade copy. I estimated it as a 9.2 to a 9.6. And that was just because I wasn't sure. There were some things on there I wasn't sure if they could be cleaned up or not. This is the first appearance of the hangman right there that described down here. And, just in a high grade, it was worth sending in. And so I had this at a 9.2 to a 9.6. Got 9.4 in white pages, so right in the middle. So I'm happy with that. That makes it so this is a book that was worthwhile to send in, worth the cost to send in. It's not a super valuable book or anything like that, but at a 9.4, it was worth the submission. So cool, yeah, happy with that. All right, let's see. Do they say it's first appearance of Hangman on the? Yeah, they do. Yeah, so origin and first appearance of the Hangman, Harlan Kruger is up on the description up there. So Werewolf by Night number 11. Werewolf by Night books were real hot for a little bit when Marvel put out that little horror short thing, but they've definitely cooled off since then. All right. Okay, this is a cool one. This is Teenage Romances number 1. This is a Matt Baker cover. I just thought that this was cool because it was a number 1. You don't get too many of those Golden Age number 1s, and especially one that was done by Matt Baker. If you're not familiar with Matt Baker, he is the most well-known good girl artist, drawing attractive women on covers, that kind of thing. That's what he is known for. Like he did Phantom Lady 17, Seven Seas number 4 through 6, that kind of stuff. A lot of really expensive books. But this is Teenage Romances number 1. I had this one at a 3.5. 4.5. Man, this has been a great unboxing. That's all I gotta say. Like from the first half, then this one. I mean, this one had some chips to the cover, and so I hit it a little harder for that. Like it had this chip down on the back here, and then a little one up in the corner and a little one down here, and just some general spine wear, that kind of stuff. But again, the main image is great. Like no big creases. No like crinkling and color breaks, that kind of stuff. Main image looks really, really good on this one. There's the back cover. So yeah, 4.5. I can't complain about those. I'm real happy with all of this so far. And I haven't, let's see, I don't think I see any cracks. I don't think I've seen any cracks or anything on any of these books yet. And with these bigger submissions, I'm always nervous because it's a heavy box and they get kind of thrown around and that kind of thing, and you worry that the cases are going to get damaged. All right, what one is this? Oh, okay. This was the book that I submitted for someone else. I had one book in here that I was submitting for someone else. This one I actually did check the grade beforehand because I was submitting it for someone else, not for me. So it's no, it's just kind of like this android woman space sci-fi cover. This is Space Adventures number 8. I had estimated it as a 3.5 and it came back a 5.0. Like I said, I already checked this one. So real happy with how this one pressed out. I mean, this one turned out real nice. Yeah, I had hit a little bit harder. It had some, a little bit of staining down in the corner and just some spine wear, but it turns out, I mean, it looks nice. I think this one just cleaned up really, really well in pressing. So I've already told him what the grade is, and he's very happy with getting the 5.0 on this one. So Space Adventures number 8, 5.0. Like I said, not my book, but still cool to see another one get back a nice grade. All right, how many we got left in here? Is this the last one? Oh, okay, all right, this is the last book. All right, so we're down to the final book. Oh, okay, all right, that's good, because I was worried that this one might get thrown into a magazine case. I thought that maybe the reason why my submission was taking so long was that one of the books got put into a magazine size case, which was really going to annoy me because this was one of the books that I specifically had the spine roll fixed. I'll actually throw the picture up here of what this book looked like before. And it had a huge spine roll on it. This is another book that I picked up at that local comic convention from the same dealer. I think it was the same time I picked up that Sports Thrills, and I was really surprised to see this in that box. This is Hit Comics number 22. It's not like it's a big key or anything, but I think this is like 1942 or something like that. It is an early golden age. The books from the Hit Comics run are rare. You do not see them very often. So I was surprised to see this just like flipping through a box. And so I had this one at a 3.0, and I saw the after. My presser sent me the before and after pictures for this one, just because it had the spine roll fixed and everything, and it looked much nicer. So I wouldn't be shocked if it did better than that, because I mean, it looked pretty nice. So let's see how we did. Whew, man, 4.5, way nicer. That turned out great. And you can see why I was worried that this might get put in a magazine case. I mean, this one goes, this is one of these older Golden Age books that's a little bigger, and it goes right up to the edges. And they look so nice when they fit in the standard case, because it basically fills up the entire case, compared to, you know, when you see something like, you know, this Werewolf by Night. It has a lot of space. This is the same size case. It has a lot of space on the edges, and that's where you can really see how much bigger these Golden Age books were. Not just, I think they're taller too. I don't remember. I think they're maybe a little taller, but they're definitely much wider. But yeah, you've got, you know, the BB gun ads on the back. It's always got BB gun ads on the back. But Hit Comics number 22 and a 4.5. Just a book that I was just surprised to see this thing in a box at that show when I was flipping through, and turned out really nice. It definitely had some, you can see them, like some dust shadows along the side. And I couldn't tell if this was staining or foxing. I think it might be staining, but man, it turned out really, really nice. Yeah, I mean, I remember there was a lot of like wrinkling and stuff on the edge, the top edge. It looks way better now. And this never would have gotten into this case if I hadn't gotten it pressed first. I mean, if you see the picture that I threw up there, I mean, this book was probably another 1/2 inch wider or so because of the amount of spine roll that was on this book. And yeah, having this case looks awesome. 4.5. That's a great way to end this. I mean, I had estimated that I thought I would get a 3 and to get a 4.5 out of it. Really happy with that. I don't know if I had a disappointment in any of these. I mean, the only one that I would say was like kind of a little one was that Star Trek 13 that I was hoping for the 9.6, and I got the 9.4, but I had it as a 9.4, 9.6. I mean, it was in the range that I was expecting. So overall, very happy with this entire submission, this video and the other video. If you'd like to see more videos like this, more things like CGC submissions and all that kind of stuff, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell. I've got more videos over here if you'd like to watch some of my other videos, and the subscription button right here. If you'd like to subscribe to the channel, I'd really appreciate it, and I will see you in the next video.